It's day 4 of what was supposed to be the start of construction of the 30-meter telescope on Mauna Kea. Protesters remain on the mountain, but today was a much quieter day. According to the Department of Land and Natural Resources, the crowd was so large yesterday that law enforcement backed off and left the area. And officials say no more arrests will be made unless people block the roadway or commit a crime in the public areas. The protesting of telescopes on Mauna Kea is nothing new. There have been protests each time a new telescope was built on the mountain, dating back to the first one in 1964. Jen Boniza joins us now with more on this latest protest. Jen?
Joe, I'm here on Mauna Kea Access Road, and Mauna Kea is officially closed, according to state officials. At a 2 p.m. press conference, state officials confirmed that Mauna Kea is now closed to everyone. Several days ago, they had told us that people were welcome to park outside beyond Mauna Kea Access Road, and they could walk up to the summit. But when Governor Ige signed his emergency proclamation yesterday, that gave law enforcement additional flexibility and authority to restrict access. Other than that, it's been a fairly calm day here on the Mauna, except for the weather that's just rolling in. It's raining and it's pretty cold right now. But police and state officials chose to avoid conflict with the hundreds and hundreds of people that have been gathered here all day. Instead, police and sheriffs stayed at their posts above the kia'i of Mauna Kea. Hundreds who came together at the base of Mauna Kea to oppose the construction of the $1.4 billion 30-meter telescope spent the day relaxing and waiting in anticipation.
We are using this time to rejuvenate a little bit, to organize a little bit, but by no means do we anticipate that this is a sign that the state of Hawaii is backing off or that the state of Hawaii is weakening in any way, because we know the governor signed his emergency proclamation yesterday.
It feels like the calm before what is likely to be another round of engagement between the kia'i and law enforcement.
We anticipate that they will be, whenever they do return, either later today, tonight, or tomorrow, that they will be coming in full force.
Though the kia'i refused to clear the path for heavy equipment to go up the mountain to build TMT, they freely cleared the road for water to be taken up the mountain for those who need it. One group no longer at the top of the mountain are the workers and technicians that take care of Mauna Kea observatories. All of the scientists left the facilities Tuesday due to safety concerns regarding access to the mountain.
No one is occupying the facilities up on the summit right now, and without personnel up there, we're unable to operate.
They've chosen not to operate remotely to avoid issues that could arise with the telescopes. Though Matsuda says they aren't losing money, they are losing science. They've already had to cancel one science program that involved observing the supermassive black hole at the center of the galaxy.
They were doing that observation in conjunction with several other facilities around the world, and so that research is now missing the Mauna Kea piece.
Matsuda says the current protests regarding TMT being built are complicated.
Many of us feel very conflicted about how things are, and so it's not easy for any of us.
But he says without proper maintenance, the complex instrumentation could become jeopardized within a matter of days. In the meantime, scientists have been sent to other facilities around the island to focus on things like safety briefings as well as other projects. We will continue to stay here on the Big Island and give you the latest. Live from Mauna Kea Access Road, Jen Boniza for KH1 News. Back to you, Joe.